So every law, every argument, court case, everything is decided in some way by boxing.
Oh, because yeah, this has got that really kind of fun, and yeah, this do. Um, I'm not sure who this guy. I really don't have any inkling of who this guy is representing. To be honest, like I'm not sure if I'm meant to get it.
If you're in America and into American politics, you would know the caricature.
Yeah,
But if I've done my job right, you being from Australia, you should
yeah.
be able to enjoy just the character.
Yes, I
So,
do. I think he reminds me of that creepy, a kind of trying to be too fun politician, if you know what I mean.
yep,
Like, oh,
yep.
I'm gonna go on MTV, guys, because I'm that fun politician guy. Oh, he's gonna beat me. Nope, got him. Uh, maybe a Bill Clinton kind of guy.
They would be the same party over here.
Okay,
Yes.
so
So this guy is Uncle Joe. He's modeled after Joe Biden, who is our after 2 years of debates, he is the front runner for the Democrat Party here in America.
oh, okay.
We didn't
So
necessarily know he was going to be the front runner, and so he's appearing in the second character slot here. That's our bad, but what can we do, right?
okay. So yeah, I did not know who he was, and I'm like, oh no, but he seems funny. Um,
Yeah, this was definitely Alex's creation. She had a whole heck of a time getting these dance moves down for him.
he's just hilarious the way he kind of. I just feel like yeah, he just jumped in. Uh, this yeah. Press Y now. Okay. I love
Yeah,
those big power hits too. Like that's pretty cool.
and that's exactly what this character is designed to teach you. He's going to become harder and harder to beat with basic
Oh,
punches, but
okay.
you're supposed to learn that you're building up that yellow meter at the bottom as you punch, whether or not you hit him or he blocks.
Oh,
And that
I.
means that you can throw your haymaker.
Oh, I see.
But that haymaker is not a freebie. Like you still have to throw it at an opportune time, or else it can miss.
Yeah, and I build it up with punches.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's gonna beat me again.
Now I'm a few seconds behind, but the other part of this, the risk reward gameplay of the thing is your stamina. So you're trading your stamina to build up that yellow meter.
Yeah.
So if you stop dodging and just chill, your stamina will come back very quickly. Like it's
Oh.
you're not supposed to be winded for very long, but it will punish you for just button mashing.
Oh. Yeah. I'm not, like
Hmm.
I should have told you before going into this. I'm not the like I haven't played a ton of boxing games, so I'm probably somewhat green on these. But he's only got that much to go. I feel like I can get him. Like,
Oh, I know you can get him.
yeah, you know how you just see him like that, and you're just like, hey, I'm gonna button mash because I can just get that last millimeter or small amount out of him.
Hmm.
But it's
And yeah, these early characters will teach you that, when you're up against the wall like this and they've only got a hit left, the best thing to do is not wail, but instead to just take a breath and watch to see if you can counter them.
ah,
Hmm.
this punch thing to kind of revive myself. It gets harder and harder all the time. I get that's the idea of it, but yeah, wow. Oh, nearly got him out. Yeah, got him. Oh, but yeah, is there? This is a whole like how long is it going to take someone to finish this game? How long are we going to get to the president kind of bout?
Well, I've noticed the average person coming into it green, as you've mentioned.
Mm.
If you're really dedicated to learning it, you could play it in a few hours and then go on to the EX fights. There's a whole separate second campaign to this once you beat the main game. I
Oh,
would
okay.
say there's a good 10 to 20 hours of content depending on how fast you pick this up. Some of us in our own Discord have been playing this for months and trying to speedrun it or discover secrets about the mechanics.
Me and Andy were talking about this earlier, and we were saying how we would have loved to be. Um, Now I can add beer in. Um, the beer pizza party. Is there any other Is there any other party you would not want to join? Like, um, but we were talking about how it'd be fun to play two-player in this, but I'm not sure exactly how you would. I suppose you could have it from behind each person as a perspective.
Well, it is a good question, and it's a fun problem to solve. Uh, the inspiration for this game, the Punch-Out
Mm.
series, their most recent iteration of the game did try a multiplayer,
Oh,
and it
okay.
is behind each player, and the goal is to um, collect points in order to become Super Mac, which is this Green Hulk sort of character. And I'll admit it's fun. I think personally it's a little limited. If I were to tackle multiplayer, I'd have to solve that aspect of it.
Yeah.
But we get requests for multiplayer all the time, and we're listening.
Yeah, that's what we were just like. Oh yes, we can bash each other up. Like we were like pretty pumped about that.
Hmm.
But
We'll certainly have to look into that if we get to make a sequel.
have you thought about doing world politics?
Oh, absolutely. Uh, and you'll notice as you get to the end of this game, there's a couple of hidden
Oh.
characters. One of them's from Canada, and one of them is Kim Jong Boom from North Korea. And so that's just a little taste of what we could absolutely do if we could justify the expense. We'd love to add packs for alternate history, World War II, um, maybe a proper tour of Canada. There's so many things we could do.
Do you what do you even know who our prime minister is at the moment? The Australian prime minister at the moment.
Not
Interesting.
at the moment.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, I've thrown you
I've
into
had to
that.
hyper focus on American politics just because I've been entrenched in making this game.
Y- Yeah, but yeah, so our prime minister at the moment is ScoMo. They call him ScoMo. He's the only president that sorry, prime minister that we've ever had that's ever had a nickname like that. His name is
Huh.
Scott Morrison, but they call him ScoMo. So yeah, it's pretty funny.
I admit it's catchy.
Yeah, he's a very kind of guy that people dislike or like.
Hmm.
He's probably a little bit like your president at the moment. He's got people on side or off side.
Hmm.
So
Well, have to start looking into them.
he's an interesting kind of guy. Probably one of our most famous prime ministers is Bob Hawke. Um, and he was famous for drinking beer. He would go into a pub, like a somewhere to drink and that, and would just walk up to the bar and he'd scull a beer in front of everyone and then walk out. And he was like a national hero in Australia because of this. But yeah, he was. So yeah, he was a funny guy.
Oh,
And
that's cool.
so yeah. Uh,
I think everyone too around the world has had that thought once in his or her life where it's like, what if I met the president? What if I met the prime minister?
Yeah. Who is this lady meant to represent? I have no idea you've even had a woman president or. Uh,
So we're mostly going after the 2020 field of high profile candidates
oh,
for the
okay.
most part, but in this case, she is just a very high profile freshman member of Congress.
Okay.
They call her AOC. She's kind of a spitfire. Was um, she was seen in a video dancing that caught national attention, and
Oh, okay. Like a TikTok
so
video.
that's what we're referring here. She's high energy. She's gonna She's going to
She goes for the big
speak her mind
punch.
about you, and she's gonna dance the whole time doing it.
She goes for the big punch. You got to kind of wait for that last minute swerve and then hit her like up the side.
Absolutely.
I've got her down pat.
Hmm. Yeah, once you figure out her trick, she's not too hard to beat.
But she's definitely, yeah. Maybe I've. Have you considered putting like party hats on them or like a little bit more comical stuff to the boxes at all?
Yes, and in some characters we do that naturally. Just they're a more
Ah,
out there personality to begin with. Uh, AO here is a bit more reserved.
okay. Oh, that's fine. Just
It
thought
would
we'd.
make sense for her to be wearing, proper boxing shorts and a tank top to do this.
Ah, okay. So you've done that, kind of to tone it down somewhat. Uh, Do you get like lots of people from around the world down? Like, how do the like? I was always interested how a game like this does do selling or on the App Store at say like in Australia or England or other countries. Is it as popular? Oh no, I've got to add another name.
To answer your question, it's a mostly positive mixed. So, for instance, Brazil really loves our game, and I haven't figured out why, but
Okay.
they keep finding out about it outside of our marketing efforts, and I'm
Yeah.
happy to have them because their reactions are the best. And it's a situation similar to yours where they might not necessarily know the personalities behind these caricatures, but they definitely like the game and the presentation.
Oh, I'm pretty sure Brazil is very big on boxing. I think that's one of their kind of.
Oh,
I think they're a pretty big boxing nation. I think that's maybe where that comes from.
I'm gonna write that down. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, I think they like soccer and boxing and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm the squad beer pizza party. How many more names do I have to add to this list of things? Oh.
Guess you'll have to find out.
Oh, this guy looks. I'm trying to work out who this guy represents.
We call him Ted Bruce in the game. He's based off of a Texan named Ted
Oh
Cruz.
shit! What's with that horn thing?
Horn?
Not. He got these like weird horn, like goat horns that he kind of comes at me with.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm still watching the stream a little bit
Yeah.
behind. So he's supposed to teach you that, there's more than one way to box these characters. You just got done fighting a character that you have to dodge,
Yep.
but he'll punish you every time you do that, so you have to come up with some other way to do damage to him.
Ah. Yeah, I gotta block him. Uh. Oh, he's got a scorpion tail? What? This guy's ridiculous.
Now, from a game design standpoint, I really wish we had the time to add a character between this one and the previous one, just to smooth that transition out a little bit.
Yeah, because
Because
I've.
for
Yeah, you're
Mhm.
right. He's definitely gone from this, like we've gone from normal people to like super characters now that you've kind of thrown at me.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But also just in terms of, going from a character that you have to dodge to a character that you really shouldn't be dodging. And so when
Ah.
you were in the rest scene with your coach, he was telling you, you gotta throw your punch before the opponent hits you.
Oh, that's what it is. So,
Hmm.
and then I'm dodging him.
Hmm.
Oh, so you got to block on time as well. So you can't just block whole block. You have to block at a period of time.
No, you can hold a block. It will cost a little bit of your power meter, which you would otherwise want to use for your haymaker. Um, However, if you block at the exact right timing, you don't incur that penalty, and in fact, you rapidly gain your power meter for the perfect block.
Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, thank God the round went over. I was just about to die. I could see that. Oh, oh.
You got this.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not so confident about the squad beer pizza party and how we're going to take this on. Do we win the election if we beat this game? Oh, I got him.
You do actually. You become the president of the United States.
Oh, that sounds actually pretty fun. So, what's the sequel going to be about? Like running the country as a boxer and taking on should-be opponents?
Possibly. There is no sequel planned at the moment.
No.
So if you have ideas, throw them at me.
Well, that's what you do is like try for world domination and as the president.
Mm-hmm. You just take it international.
Yeah,
That'd be
definitely.
fun.
I think definitely international.
Mm-hmm.
And you try and because I mean the guy from England is a crack up. He's definitely like a very cool character. There's some really cool characters in this world when it comes to politics.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is too, you could celebrate some like some presidents that are actually or politicians that are doing a really cool job too. Like not all politicians are okay, they're all bad, but they're not as bad as others. Some are like you're like oh, uh, you could celebrate that person.
Well, to be completely honest with you, every one of these characters is a celebration to one degree or
Ah,
another,
okay.
even as we're making fun of them, because, like you said, people aren't so black and white. There are good things that each one of these people do, and the
Yeah.
rest of it is pretty humorous, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you would hope that someone making a game about you would have the same somewhat nuanced view of your life, right?
I don't know how to block the scorpion tail.
You can't, that one has to be dodged.
Ah, okay.
Now, in terms of countering this guy's punches, you have to punch first. So right as he glows red, he's going to be vulnerable to any of your punches.
Yeah, because the scorpion tail is the one that gets me the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm getting him pretty good. It's just the scorpion punches are like I think I've got everything else, and I can't get the big blow on him. I'm not sure when that blow's supposed to be.
He dodges it if you throw it willy-nilly, but just like when he's flashing red, you can hit him with a haymaker then as well.
Ah, okay.
So you'll notice he turns red right before he hits you. That's your chance to strike.
Yeah. Ah, okay. Oh, so there I see what you're talking about. That red.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you throw the haymaker at him, not just a
Yeah, if
little
you can time it.
punch.
And you will be rewarded for making that window.
Oh, okay. Because I've been punching these little ones, and then no, he missed me. I missed the window. Now and he kind of missed the window, and then he gets right on top of you. Like you get unrewarded for missing it completely.
Right, because
Yeah.
this game wants to reward you for watching their movement. So as he
Yeah.
winds his fist all the way in the air to come at you, that's when you hit him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he's got two of him now. How did he get two? I'm seeing double. Oh, this guy. How come I didn't necessarily get all the I didn't seem to get all the other things for the what do you call them? I didn't get him doing the ram thing at me for a while, and now he's doing everything at me. He's doing a scorpion thing for such a long time. Was that because I was blocking him correctly?
it's more likely that you're approaching the end of the fight, so as he tires out, he's going to throw more desperate attacks.
Oh, okay. This guy is really hard. I don't.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah, this guy's going to be a challenge, but you do want to get good at this counter punch mechanic because it's
oh,
important for all the other
I got
characters.
him. Oh, okay. I got him this time. How can I recharge my health? Or there's no way.
There are very limited ways to recharge your health. If you knock them down, you can get a little bit back by punching the numbers on the screen. Alex really wanted that in there, so it's in there.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm getting so close to this guy. I can just. Oh, got him.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not dead yet. I think I've just got the second knockdown. Oh, he's getting close. Ah,
10 seconds behind, I think, but I see you getting those counter punches now.
yeah, I've kind of worked on those counter punches a lot more, and the blocking kind of side of it. Ah,
Hmm.
I missed it. That and he got me. Oh, he's so. And it's a completely different experience too on mobile because you're kind of swiping a little bit as well, if I can remember correctly, how I played with the. Oh, come
The
on.
mobile controls,
Yeah.
they're a little less abstract in terms of which punch you're throwing. You know, each quadrant of the screen throws a different punch, right?
Yeah.
High left, high right, low right. And then your swipes are for dodging or you're using your haymaker.
Yeah. Oh, finally, I got past him. That guy was tricky, but yeah, it took me a couple of goes, but I think you're right. Another guy in between that, if you had the time, would have been perfect.
I think so. Yeah, this is definitely a sticking point for some I'm sorry, for some players. The ones who who really take the time, read what Maverick, your coach, has to say about him. Um, I think they do a lot better than the people that skip through all the dialogue. There's only so much I think I can do about that as a designer.
Yeah, that it'd be cool if that, like in the breaking news bit, you had like a little bit of a gif or there of something that was, you know how like in the background of the TV that something's happening there. But
Hmm.
I mean, it's here or there. That's just a tiny little thing. Oh, Captain, can I upgrade my player? Have I forgot to ask this question?
No stat increases, but if you go to your wardrobe,
Which
either from the
is,
title scene
oh
or
yeah, yeah.
you can change the
Oh,
colors, the sex, the hairstyle.
I definitely want to be bold. Skin tone, hair. Oh, I'll put pink hair on, and then I'll put hair back on. Oh, that's way better. That's cool. The, this is one of the. I'd have to say you've done such a great job at. From a streaming point of view, this is one of the best games that I haven't been stuck in this window. Like I can move my mouse to over here and do this and do that and do everything. In so many other versions of games, you're stuck in this window and you have to. It's so easy to operate for a streaming kind of situation. I know that's
Yeah,
not what not my gamers are doing, but yeah, it's cool.
all the credit for that goes to our programmer Tyler, who was meticulous about making sure that the screen modes, full screen, borderless, were all working correctly. And it was a challenge for us as a team because our game engine is not one of the big ones that you normally use. So we didn't get anything for free necessarily.
Oh, okay. What game engine did you make this game with?
It's called Cocos 2D, Cocos 2D X. It's in C++,
Yeah. Oh,
and we chose that because we wanted the performance on mobile. And I love Unity, I love Unreal, but we're still, I think, a few years away from them being really viable for mobile performance. As ubiquitous as they are, I wanted to make sure that if it's a fighting game, it has to be 60 frames a second. It has to be responsive. And I didn't want to drain the phone's battery just for playing it for an hour, right?
yeah, yeah. Oh, this
Hmm.
this Canon guy is crazy. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. Unity, I think Unity now is starting to get to that point of it's making it less draining of the battery, less. It's like a couple of years ago, it did a good job, but it's still a lot further away than what we are now.
And they're getting better every year. I've had a
Yeah.
chance to talk with some of their engineers, and they are incredibly passionate about it. They know that the future of gaming is probably mobile to some degree or another.
Mm.
And it's been a catch-up job and a race against their competition for that spot.
Yeah, I think Unity's biggest strong point is being very cross-platform, but then on the other hand of that, you've got a fair bit of problems being cross-platform to so many things because you start getting, I am not going to beat this guy. Um, there's on the other hand, there's so many things going against you by doing that because you've got to kind of try and optimize it for so many platforms. So
And, it's no slight on indie developers, but we don't necessarily have the time to go in and make those optimizations.
mm,
If you're provided with an entire kitchen sink and all you need is a few spoons, uh, it's an endeavor to go in there and make sure that everything else is turned off or not needed.
yeah, that's 100% right. It's very much like that. So yeah, it's a pretty um yeah, like I think he's done an amazing job on this game. I'm gonna give this guy one more crack, but I don't see my getting past this guy. Unfortunately, I think that's where I'm. I think this guy's gonna be the death of me. I like this intro, but his cannon is ridiculous.
Yeah,
The
it's you get a hit in, you dodge the cannonball. So once again, it's a game of patience and precision. And if you're mashing the buttons uh, and freaking yourself out over it, it's not going to be a good day for you.
uh, I'm finding the dodging part is he not wanting to dodge as much as he. I'm not sure why I'm not dodging across the screen as much as I want to.
Well, it looks to me like you're playing the game in casual mode, which allows you to dodge
Oh,
indiscriminately.
yes, I am.
In the regular control method, you do have to choose left and right. In this case, your character
Oh,
just dodges back out of the way.
oh, okay. So is it almost easier to play it not in casual mode?
No, casual mode is decidedly easier because you don't have those directionality constraints.
Yeah.
However, we didn't want to make the game less of what it is, so it's still a precision puzzle boxer.
Yeah.
Your dodge is incredibly powerful. You're basically completely invulnerable for nearly an entire second, but you
Ah.
still have to choose when to use that dodge.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm just. Oh, I feel like I'm not dodging far enough away from these bullets.
Well, you're
Is a.
dodging early is the problem. So
Ah.
they're
Okay.
going up, they're coming down, and you're beating them to the punch.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you're completing your dodge and standing right in the way of that cannonball as it's coming down.
Oh, I see. So yeah, yeah. I see what you mean now.
Hmm.
Oh, I whacked his cannon thing. Oh, he got it back. Damn him. but yeah, and so what what's next for this game? Is this game just about where you're happy with it, or is there more to it, or is there more coming, or what can people expect?
Oh, I'll say if we can get this in the hands of people, then we have so much more we want to make for it. We're at that point where really the game is about as good as it's going to be minus some extra polish because you can always polish infinitely, right?
Yeah, that's right.
At this point, we'd like to make sure that, this is a game that people actually want. And once we know that, we've got all sorts of ideas. We can go to World War II. We can, have DLC packs for the 2000s. We can go to Australia. We can go to, pretty much anything. We could. I think the Punch-Out formula is so underutilized, and I believe that we've modernized it in a lot of very specific ways that I think would be very good for it going forward.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen a Punch Out game since forever. Like that's what drew me to this game was it being like a Punch Out type of game.
Hmm.
Even though it's obviously I'm not very good at it, but it's still something that you don't come across. Like there's a lot of endless runners or like 2D side scrollers or although everything like that gets made to death, but this genre does not get made to death.
And there's a good reason for it that I know now with 2020 hindsight is it's a very high scope project. Um, it's we did it in 2D, but even 3D, there's going to be so much to the state machine for the fighters, to the animation states that you have to throw in there. It's not something that you can throw in a standard physics engine and make your 2D runner.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right. I, it's an incredibly polished game that is actually produced. Like it's done a lot better than any other kind of game like this. Well, mobile game and stuff like that that I've played, and for especially a small company as well.
well, I really appreciate you saying that. I think it's been 2 years of work to get it up to this point with an average of 4 people on a project at any given point.
Yeah. No, well, I think like I said, it's almost that AAA kind of thing. I do think
Oh.
I do think that you have probably got like one of the biggest things that I think if you went back and did it again is I'm not sure about the free having the free and the paid is such a tricky place to be in the gaming world because it kind
Hmm.
of gives people it gives people like oh I'll go and try the free one. Oh, I don't really like it, so I won't get the paid one where sometimes if you pay for it you'll put more energy into like learning that mechanics of that game and you can and they probably I don't know this game I found it's a lot better on the Steam and with the controller and that definitely a lot nicer and fun
Hmm.
to play but then I think he did a fantastic job on the mobile but I was wondering if you were doing it again would you have done it this is a long-winded question would you have done it for mobile free plus the Steam version as well, or would there be a different way of attacking that?
So I'll start off by saying I agree with everything you said leading up to that. And if I were to go back and do it again, you see, it's hard for me to recommend not doing the mobile port because I'm so proud of the controls on the mobile version of the game. I think we've really hit on something that needs to be, copied and disseminated to other games out in the wild. Um, but in terms of our own success with it, this is definitely a Steam or console game. It's we made the mobile version because that's where our experience was. We've been doing this for a long time on mobile, and this is the first Steam PC project that we've ever done. And uh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd probably forego the mobile port with perfect 2020 hindsight and just
yeah.
make it for Steam.
Uh, like 100%, I think you did a fantastic job on the mobile. Like it is one of the better. Like it's a really, really
Mhm.
nice poly, and like you said, the 60 frames a second on a mobile is ridiculously good. Um, and but I just, oh, if when I look at it, like, I think you have tried to do too much in almost some ways, and it would have been like he's like, oh, could have just if you just got it just to Steam and then worked out where to follow from there. I think you would it would be a lot more. It probably would have been more beneficial in hindsight. Like it's something I've been learning also. Like making games, you kind of trying to work out where the market is for that game, and you've got to
Hmm.
guess it a lot before you get into that. So
Yeah,
I,
absolutely.
uh,
I think the game, at least for the player base that we should be targeting, makes sense on Steam or especially on Nintendo or another console if we could get onto it.
mm,
Um, at the end of the day, I won't disparage the time that we spent to put it on mobile because I do think it's a solid mobile game.
oh yeah,
Uh, and we are currently finding more success in terms of player uh, getting players for the mobile port. We I do think it's just easier to get players on mobile.
yeah. But they're a whole different type of player also, because you
Hmm.
find the people on mobile aren't necessarily as game orientated as. Did you find you had to make it slightly easier for the mobile market?
Ended up adding that casual mode that you're playing as a direct result for user feedback. It's a situation where I think that we've got something that works really well on mobile, but is new enough that the paradigm isn't very well known.
Mm.
And uh, if a player isn't at that stage in what did extra credits call that? It's like video game literacy. There's a set of expectations that you can just know a player is going to have at certain points in time. And we might be a little ahead of the curve for making a game, an action game of this sort for touchscreens.
Mm.
We had to trailblaze exactly what that meant in terms of, when do we use swipes, when do we use taps, um, and being able to train the player to do those things.
Yeah. But oh, I forgot to ask this question also. Did you have you got it so you can play controller on mobile with this game?
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. We made sure that it has full controller support uh, across every platform, even on Android TV.
Oh, really?
Um, oh yeah,
Oh. So
you can
Android
even play the
TV
game with the
would be
with the one button
almost.
remote on those platforms.
Oh, really? Because Android TV would be a lot like playing almost a Steam version. I- I-
Correct.
Yeah.
It's very similar in that regard, and it's limited to casual mode if you only have the remote. And we had
Uh,
to once again come up with a new control scheme that worked for that. Um, but yeah, if you have any controller and you can pair it over Bluetooth to your, I think we did Amazon TV and Android TV,
yeah.
and it's basically it is the mobile version, but it plays a lot like the Steam version.
Oh, okay. Cool. Like, I think he's done an amazing job with this game, and I really hope people do get on board with it. I think it's such a, like you said, it's really captured that. This game was very type of game was very popular in maybe the 80s, 90s kind of era, and then it's kind of did fall away so badly. And it's you've done a very stellar job of bringing back this genre. So I'm super impressed with where you have gone with all this. But I
Thank
can't
you
beat
so
this.
much for saying that.
Yeah, I can't beat this guy, so I'm gonna have to call it. I can't get past this pirate guy. He's getting me. I have to probably practice a bit more. My controller. I might try it on hard mode later on, and
Sure, and let
uh,
me know how that goes. I'm kind of curious if after a night's sleep, and you'll be dreaming about this, and just you'll have to go back to it, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, I've got that thing happening at the moment. I'm like, oh, I want to beat that guy because you've got this really nice thing in there where, and it's hard to get in a game where you've got it so it's so hard that you can almost feel like you're gonna get there, but you can't quite get there. So,
hmm
uh,
And then
uh,
sometimes you'll come back the next day and do it on the first try. It's something
yeah,
weird about how our brains store information.
definitely. But yeah, it feels